1.
Welcome. This is the F1 Sprint review. Turn this down. I wasn't even going to do a review. I was going to wait till the weekend until the weekend was over. And then I was going to do an entire weekend review. But because it's a sprint weekend and I've got nothing really to do at the moment, yet at the end of the week, it's a weekend. It's where you're supposed to enjoy yourself, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the football, what's coming on, enjoy the Grand Prix. It's going to be a good weekend this weekend at Austria. But I thought, you know what? I've got nothing to do in this hour, so I'm going to do something now. I'm just going to talk briefly about the sprint qualifying review. Toto's not here today. He'll be here tomorrow. Toto is doing something else regarding some karting and that, so he's going to be back tomorrow, and he can talk about the karting tomorrow as well. But we're here now. We're going to talk about the sprint weekend. So let's get my my few notes up right there. So yeah, it started this weekend. But before we start the review, actually, remember to hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe. If you're watching on X, come over to the YouTube channel. Keep It Sports. It's there. There's the logo. Keep It Sports and smash the like button. It is essential for the like button because it will get our video out there in the algorithm so more people can see the video. So let's get this kicking off. It all started with Stroll's contract. Now, I think it was the debut. I think it was yesterday. This news broke on the internet on X, and it said that Lance Stroll is renewing his contract. It's gonna like a contract extension, and they said that's breaking news. It's big news. And then I thought about it. Is it really big news? Is it really big news that Lance Stroll, his dad owns Aston Martin F1, so that means he's got a job for life in Formula One. He's got that seat as long as he wants it, and he's only young, so I guess he's going to be in Formula One for at least another 10 years. And then after, he'll probably go to own the company after his dad retires, because his dad said he brought the company Aston Martin for his son, Lance Stroll. So, is it really breaking news? Did it really shock me? No. I don't think it shocked many people on the internet either. I can't speak for everyone, but for the ones I follow, they wasn't really shocked about Lance Stroll signing a new deal with Aston Martin, which his dad owns the company. But it is what it is. So it started off this weekend and was talking about, I think Sky Sports F1 glossed over it a few moments, but nobody cared. So we had the practice session. We thought Max had problems with his engine. His engine was kind of playing up. His car stopped. He was trying to roll it back. The commentators was having a big, massive panic attack because Max Verstappen's car supposedly broke down. So I tweeted, I put it on Twitter. So usually when I put tweets on Twitter, I don't delete them anyway. But at the time, I put a tweet out on Twitter. You can go and have a look at it. It's on my Twitter feed. I said that Max Verstappen has broke down, and I had like a laughing emoji, which it was funny. But he broke down, and then he went into the garage. And when he went into the garage, he was in there for about 10 minutes. Then he came back out and hit. This was practice one, and smacked up the practice one and got the fastest lap in practice one. So we found out it wasn't an engine; it was a sensor. It was a sensor on his car. That's what they're saying. There was a sensor on his car. So there was nothing really wrong with it. We thought it was an engine failure. People were saying it was an engine failure. People were saying he's going to have to take an engine penalty soon anyway, which is going to cost him 10 seconds on the grid. So it is what it is, man. Look, it was a sensor. Eventually, he's going to have to take an engine penalty, just like everybody else. You only get allocated so many engines in a season. And if you go over that, you get a new engine, that means you take the penalty. So I think Max Verstappen's on his last engine now. So anyway, it's a matter of time before he takes the penalty. So they said it was sensor issues, and that was it. So that was the end of the practice sessions. Then we went on to the sprint qualifying. A lot of people say that Mercedes was going to be one of the favorites. I couldn't see it because Lewis Hamilton didn't do no soft runs in practice one. There was no soft runs at all. So 0 soft runs. So usually when you have a practice session, you use your soft, medium, depends on the weather. If it's wet, obviously you're going to use the intermediates or you're going to use the full wet. But it was a nice dry day. So look, in the race, you're going to use the medium tires or you're going to use the soft tires. There was no soft running for Lewis Hamilton. Everyone would say, why is he not testing the surface? Why is he not coming out and using the soft tires? So we never used the soft tires. So we were using the medium tires. But that was kind of, I was thinking, why are you not using it? But the positive about not using the soft tires in practice one, that means you're going to have an extra set of soft tires during the race, the sprint race, and that will be tomorrow. So that was a good thing. But people still saying that Mercedes are going to be a team to watch. I've heard this rhetoric before by a lot of so-called experts. I've heard this from Toto. I've heard this from a lot of fans. I've heard it so many times that when I do hear it, I tend not to believe it. But anyway, they were saying that they were saying that Lewis Hamilton and George Russell's got a brilliant car. They're going to be up there. And I said, okay, well, we'll see what happens. So the qualifying sprint started today, sprint qualifying. And what did I say? As soon as Lewis Hamilton came out first, and he looked like he got the fastest sector in sector 1, the fastest sector. And then all of a sudden, when he got to the top of the hill, he kind of stalled a bit and he lost a bit of momentum on his lap, and that kind of cost him the lap. And then when he did, he kind of locked up a bit as well. He locked up and scolded his medium tires, not his soft. So I thought, oh, there you go, that's a great start. And so he only just managed to get through Q1, just. So that was it. I thought that's a great start, and that's a great start. Because there's one thing I don't like about Lewis, what he does. When he has practice sessions, he doesn't really come out a lot. He tends to stay in and kind of look at the data, speaks with his engineer, which is Bono, and he don't really like coming out and doing a lot of runs. That's just the way he is. He's more of a tactician. Now, George Russell, when George Russell comes out, he likes to do a lot of laps to get the feel of the track. That's the kind of driver I would be. I'd want to come out, get a feel of the car, get a feel of the track, get a feel of the surfaces, get a feel of the tires, how the tires react in certain sectors. That's the way I would drive. But Lewis Hamilton is more of like a data-driven guy. He's more instinct, which there's nothing wrong with that because Ayrton Senna was like that. He was like instinct, but he did do a lot of running as well. But practice 2 came. That was okay, the Mercedes. Max Verstappen topped practice 2. Qualifying 2, sorry, Q2. He topped Q2, Max Verstappen, so he was showing his dominance early on. And when it got to Q3, Lando Norris, I thought Lando Norris was going to tag him at the end. It didn't really work out for him, but he did come second. People are going around saying that McLaren have got the fastest car. And I think they've got a fast car. Do I think they've got the fastest car? I'm not sure if they've got the fastest car. I think the car which they've got, McLaren, I think it's just as good as the Red Bull car, just as fast. I don't think it's faster, but I think it can challenge. I think the only driver on the grid at the moment, the only team that can challenge Max Verstappen is McLaren. They've got a good car. They've got a good team. I think the strategy, regarding strategy, I think they need to iron out a few mistakes. But once they iron out a few mistakes, I think they'll be there with Red Bull. When I say Max Verstappen, have you noticed I'm not talking about Checo Perez? Because Checo Perez, let's face it, and it's wrong, because I think Checo's a good driver, but they're using Checo as a test dummy, let's face it. If you would have watched qualifying last week, they sacrificed Perez's lap so Max could get a toe off him. And in qualifying, that was last week in Spain. Remember that? So that shows how much respect they got for Checo Perez. But regarding the championship, I think the championship is still alive. There's only I think there's about 45 points between Max Verstappen and Lando Norris. I think Lando Norris is the guy that can take it to Max Verstappen, because I was thinking the Ferrari, but the only thing with the Ferrari lately, they've been just got the two up and down. There's no consistency with Ferrari. They go up, then they go down, they go up, and they go down. You're not going to win a championship like that. There's no point going to a certain track and like, I won Monaco. And after you win Monaco, the next 2 tracks after that, you come third and fourth. You're not going to win a championship like that. You need to be on it to beat Max Verstappen. And actually, not beating Max Verstappen, to beat that car that Max Verstappen's got, you have to be on your game week in and week out. And the only one that I can see evidently, in my opinion, is Lando Norris. And I think Lando Norris, I still think he can win the world title. The only way, probably the driver outside of Lando Norris, if they can get the car right, which I was just talking about, is Ferrari, maybe Charles Leclerc, but he needs to step up now. If he continues this downward spiral, up, down, up and down. If he continues on this, I don't think he's going to do it. But I think Lando Norris has got the confidence. He's hungry. You could see at the end of the Spain how frustrated he was. I have never saw Lando Norris that. When Lando Norris usually loses the race, he'll smile, he'll give people hugs and say, "Oh yeah, I got the second." Now he's expected to win. He's expected of himself to win. And that's what I like as a driver. Forget being friends. There's no friends in Formula One. When you put your foot down on that pedal, and Crafty says on a Sunday evening, lights out and away we go, there's no friends. There's no friends. Titles. Everybody used to say that about Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. They are close friends. What happened to that friendship? What it boils down to, championship means everything in Formula One. Now, so Lando Norris was second. I'll bring up the finishing so we can briefly look at it. Let's have a look at it. The final results. There we go. The final results. This was the sprint qualifying. I'll bring it up on the screen so we can see it. Let's have a quick briefly look at the screen. There you go. There's the final results there. As you can see on there, 16 hours, 21 minutes to the next race. That'll be the sprint race, which I'll be covering as well and doing a review. So look at my channel for that. This is the final results there. Max Verstappen, second, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, second, third, fourth, George Russell, 5, Carlos Sainz, 6, Lewis Hamilton, 7th, Sergio Perez, Esteban Ocon, 8th, Pierre Gasly, 9th, 10th, Charles Leclerc, 11th place. See, Charles Leclerc, 11th place. 10th place. He can't be doing that if he wants to win the championship. I know it's only a sprint qualifying, but it's still points at the end of the day. There's going to be points tomorrow. I know it's a standalone sprint race, and it's nothing to do with the race on Sunday, but there's still points there to be gained. So you got Kevin Magnussen in 11th place, 12th place, Lance Stroll, 13th place, Fernando Alonso, 14th place, Yuki Tsunoda, 15th place, Logan Sargent, 16th place, Daniel Ricciardo, 17th place, Nico Hülkenberg, 18th place, Valtteri Bottas, 19th place, Alexander Albon, 20th place, Guan Yu Zhou. The first time what happened today in the history of Formula One, the first thing what happened in his Formula One today, Logan Sargent out-qualified Albon. I think that's the first time he's ever done that. So congratulations to Logan Sargent. But it's still a shame that they're probably going to get rid of him anyway. So yeah. So that's it really. That's it. That's all I can say about this quick review today. Like I said, I wasn't even going to do a review today. But I've been going like 15 minutes. This video has been running. So please, if you're watching it on Twitter, X, however you pronounce it, I'll just say Twitter. Go on Twitter and remember to smack the like. If you're watching me from Twitter, come over to YouTube. My channel is Keep It Sports. This is my channel and Total Hammer. Total Hammer will be here tomorrow. Remember to smack the like button and show support for the channel. Let's get the likes. Let's get the likes and let's get the subscribers. 2017, I've been doing it for since 2017. We need to get them subs. Let's try and get the road to 2,000 subscribers. I'm on 1,780 subscribers. Get it to 2,000, please, guys. Remember to smack that like button. But that's it. That's all I got to say, man. I'm looking forward to the season. At the beginning, the season was like watching paint dry. A lot of the people I watch it with was practically giving up after the first race. And I said, give it time, man. Give it time. Give it time. Let the other teams get the upgrades. Let the other teams put the work in. And then after Australia, let's get round about Austria. No, not Austria. I said Spain. And we'll see Wagwan. And now we're seeing it now. Wagwan. That the season is turning into a good season. Let's hope Lando Norris can get that win tomorrow. Lando Norris, like I said, he's the only one closest to Max Verstappen. He's the only one that can beat Max Verstappen. He's got the car to do. Not beat Max and beat the Red Bull car. Let's face it, it's the car. I think Lando Norris can do it. So, big up, guys. See you later. Big up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.